Great, so in this video, I'm gonna break down a company that's doing $100 million, or at least did and generated $100 million in the last 3 years. And the best part, they were bootstrapped. They're not backed or venture backed or whatever funded here and there. They're essentially bootstrapped. So what does that mean? If you can get from zero to $100 million in 3 years and you're bootstrapped, you must be a marketing genius. So what I'm gonna do in this video is break down their entire funnel, their entire creative strategy, what they're doing with CRO, landing pages, advertorials, UGC videos, basically everything. So guess what? We can learn from them. You can implement these strategies for your e-commerce business, and I can do the same for my e-commerce clients, if we have to be honest. Okay, so with no further ado, let's get right into the video. Great. Before we get going into this video, as usual, if you are a new viewer, just to give you some context with some of the clients that we work with, this is a client that we're working with. Last month they did $800,000 a month. This is another client that we're working with, $12, $13 million in the last essentially 12 months, 365 days. These are just a couple of clients, so just you have an idea of the type of caliber of clients that we're used to working with. I always show the proof before I talk about anything related to e-commerce, just because I know that there's a lot out there, a lot of people ranting about strategies, but they can't actually back it up with results and experience. And so I've been doing this for 7 years, and so if you are a new viewer, this is just for you. Now let's get into the actual video. So the brand that I'm actually, let me just move myself. The brand that I'm going to talk about in this video is called Blissy. So it's a very interesting brand. And let's go through it. So first of all, let's take a look at their website, Blissy. Let me just pull it up here, blissy.com, and let's take a look at what they sell. So first of all, this is a company, and they sell a lot of multiple different types of products, but their main thing is that they sell pillowcases, right? And these pillowcases, they also do other things like hair accessories. Of course, they've expanded because that's what 8-figure businesses, 9-figure businesses do. They expand their product line, but they started with pillowcases, and this is kind of like their core offering and how they're attracting their new customers. In fact, as you can see, like they're mostly doing offers like buy one get three, one for free, or buy three get one for free, stuff like that. And so they're the uniqueness of this product. The USP is that this pillowcase solves multiple different things. It keeps your hair healthy. It's good for allergies. It's good for skin, right? Because at the end of the day, like any texture that you put on your like next to your skin, it affects the way that your skin looks, right? It's actually quite self-intuitive. But they do a lot of, they're selling the product in a very, very unique way. And in this video, I'm gonna break down their entire funnel. Now, let's start off by, I always like to go here on Ocha, my favorite tool, a reporting tool, because this tool allows you to track, all of their data, how many images they're running, video ads they're running, what is their top persona, top angles, USP, top desires, top emotions that they're portraying on their ads. And then, of course, we can take a look at all of their winning ads. I always like to filter by longest running ads that are active. As you can see, I noticed that they actually scaled. This is still quite a lot of ad spend, don't get me wrong, but they used to have like 600, 700,000 active ads, probably because it was also Q4, but they are an 8-figure company as of now. They did 100 million in 3 years, and it's bootstrapped. We have to remember that's amazing. Very, very hard to achieve. Now, let's take a look. And let me just filter by most recent, just because I want to see what's working right now in January. And so these are the types of ads that they're doing. What I'm going to do in this video is show you a couple, we'll go through a couple of ads. I'm going to go through the entire advertorial structure that they're using and landing page structure, because I think that's one of the most important kind of aspects of this entire thing. I don't understand why this, just give me 1 second. There it is. I wanted to show you the overview. Okay, so let's go over a couple ads, and then we'll go through and break down the advertorials, the angles that they're using, and then I'm going to show you some other things with my usual diagrams. As I see over here, there's a lot of things to discuss in all of their entire strategy. I like to break things down a little bit more in depth. Now, let's get into it. Let's take a look at what types of ads they're running here, first of all.
If you sleep with a crappy pillowcase, I don't think you realize how terrible it is for your skin and hair. Not only does cotton and satin promote hair breakage, but it really dries out and irritates your skin. But a silk pillowcase can solve this problem. Thing is, most of them are fake, but I just found Bliss's 100% 22-month silk. Plus, it's never been more affordable. You can get up to 55% off and free shipping, which is insane.
Okay, so they're doing a lot of B-rolls and AI voiceovers, and I'm not sure if you guys are getting used to the AI voiceovers or not, but this is definitely an AI. I mean, we can probably recognize it because we're e-commerce entrepreneurs and we're in the game and we do this all day in and day out. But the traditional consumer, maybe they don't really care. They just care if the problem, or sorry, the product actually helps them solve the product. And so what they're doing is they're being very strategic. They're putting a bunch of B-rolls, giving them to an editor, and then giving the script to the editor so that the editor can combine the AI voiceover that they provided and then a bunch of B-rolls that can position the product, right? So, or the script. Give narrative to the script. That's what I meant. So these are the types of ads that they're running, even these ones.
What touches your face more than your hands? Your pillow. And if you don't wash your face and hair nightly, the oils, products, and grime of life live here. And what should be your beauty?
So this is actually probably also AI. Believe it or not, there's tools like ArcAds that you can use, ads, right? And you can use these essentially, and you can essentially create. These are all AIs, right?
Ready to level up your photo game?
This is all AI. So you can actually be very creative with coming up with UGC, even if you don't really have UGC up front. So these are just some ways. I'll talk about creatives in just a second, actually quite later, but I want to talk about their landing pages because this is where they're making, like, of course their ads are really, really important, but this is where they're being very, very strategic. As you can see, they're testing a bunch of different landing pages, and all of these, Reason, Skin, like all of these, as you can see, they're all advertorials, and I have a bunch of them opened up over here, as you can see. Let's go through a couple. So first of all, they're doing advertorial structures, and let's read a couple headlines. The secret to glowing skin and beautiful hair was hiding in my pillowcase. So here they're attracting skin and hair. So this is their angle. I also want you to notice that what they're doing, what they're being very strategic at doing, is that they're testing multiple different angles and directing the funnel that they're doing. Let me just show you because it's easier to explain like this. The funnel that they're using is essentially something like this. They are going through redirecting people from, like, literally their entire funnel, the ads, the advertorial, the ads, the advertorial, and the product pages, and everything checkout. Everything is exclusive and personalized to the angle that they're testing. So the hair angle, the skin angle, right? So that their entire sales process is very coherent, right? And I wouldn't advise to do this on day one if you're like testing the waters. I would, like, of course, approach angles, but perhaps maybe keep a bit of a more general landing page because maybe you're testing multiple angles. When you get to a certain scale and you really want to nail things down and optimize in the best possible way, it's better if you have everything very congruent and linear. So ads are talking about hair, advertorial is talking about hair, product page is talking about hair. And so this is essentially the funnel that I really think that really allowed them to scale. What are they doing with advertorials? We'll take a look at the advertorials as well. But what are they doing with their entire sales process, just so you understand the entire flow of what they're doing. So they're starting off with like mini VSLs, which, mini VSLs are like 1 to 2, sometimes even more minutes long. And they're essentially videos that just talk about the features, the benefits. There's UGC components, and a lot of those are AI with voiceovers. And I'm going to talk about that in just a second on the bottom. I have a whole framework for that. But this process is very simple. Mini VSL goes to advertorial, right? Sales page. There's also a quick, this is another funnel. This is just a placeholder, so don't look at these images. But they have a sales page, then they have cross sales and upsells, and we'll go through the funnel itself. But I just wanted to give you a map first. They have a bunch of bundles and upsells within the checkout process, and then this is where it gets creative. They have typically 2 to 3 upsells on the back end, and sometimes they also have upsells on the thank you page. So this is, I'm not 100% sure of this one, but I am like 99% sure that they do have upsells, also because they have other products, and I know for a fact that these brands are spending like hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars per month, need to justify the advertising costs. So they need to provide upsells and cross sells and downsells to justify the advertising cost, right? As I just said. So they're being just very strategic and great marketers here. And so here, typically a good conversion rate for upsells, just for your own kind of like your own proportions, is 10 to 20%. So if 10 people buy, at least 1 or 2 people should buy an upsell, a downsell, or a cross sell on post purchase after checkout. This is after they give you the credit card. So they give you the credit card over here, and here it's just a one-click upsell, meaning they can say yes or no and reject the offer or accept the offer. So this is a traditional funnel. I've spoken about this funnel numerous times, and it's just really working well for them with the advertorial approach. Literally, like 90%, if we go back over here, like 90% of the traffic is literally going to all of these like slash reasons. Like it says reasons because it's like 5 reasons why. It's like kind of like an advertorial approach. What makes Blissy so popular, right? There's also other advertorials that they're running. This is an actual product page, but it was starting from an advertorial. So this is a 5 reasons why probably, or 7, 8, 9, I guess 10, 11, 12 reasons why you need to buy the product. And so they basically give you undeniable proof. As you can see, there's also a bunch of social proof that this is the best product in the market. It helps solve the problem, right? You can read through these landing pages if you want and go, and I'm not going to do this right now, but they're essentially, once again, they're taking angles. So here they're taking the popular angle, here they're taking the hair and skin angle. It's like, it's very, very, well dissected. And so I really like what they're doing. And then once again, just to show the actual funnel, there's different pages that redirect to other different pages, but in this funnel, they're essentially going through the collection page. This is probably maybe just a retargeting audience because they already know or what the brand is and what the brand is about, and then they can just explore the offers. Here in this other advertorial, which is different, they're essentially redirecting them to a sales page that is more in depth. So they went from advertorial, a lot of information, right? Just that is like maybe unbiased or a lot of authority, just articles, information, right? And then they're just going to a direct sales pitch offer. And this is like long form copy, talks about all the benefits. I really like what they're doing. Let me just zoom out a little bit so you can see it in a better way. Benefits, right? And it's probably even more optimized for mobile, of course. Reviews, and then you can just take action over here and get the actual offer. And this is what I really like about their checkout. It looks a bit spammy, to be honest, but this is just the brand. It's kind of like the industry. People don't really care, so they're doing quite well with that. So they're giving a bunch of features and benefits up front, a lot of social proof here and there. They have a customer support, easy to contact, 60-day, 100% money back guarantee. All of this is 100% proven. And then they have 3 packages. First of all, you can choose Queen, King, or Standard. Let's just say I choose Queen. The color, let's just say I want pink. And then you can essentially have, really like how they're displaying their offers here. They have buy 3, get 1 for free at the top, where they save 50%. All of these little pieces of information, sometimes they're not added when people do the tiers, right? But it's really, really important to have all of this information there so that they can immediately understand what the offer is, what's the best seller, how much they're saving, is there free shipping, right? Sellout risk high, right? Best seller. I really like this option. And so you can choose the option. There's an order summary as usual. Everything is within one page. So what they're doing is that they're probably on Shopify, but they're using other like personalized checkout experiences, like maybe Funnelish, where they can personalize the checkout even more. And then they have an order form, and it's very standard. And then of course they have a bunch of customer reviews on the bottom to answer all of the objections, including this. So if you can implement something like this, no matter what industry you're in, I highly recommend, because it's really, really high converting, right? It's really, really high converting. So of course, like, let's just take a look at this other funnel to see where they redirect. But it should be the same. Yeah. So this is an actual product page, even a different approach. It's just very similar to the one that we saw before, which is this one over here. If I am correct, it's basically a long form page, but it's just on an actual product page. So this is essentially like on Shopify directly, and they just have social proof, and they have a similar approach. So I really like what they're doing here. Very, very good, very, very, very good quality. So just so you know, what I think about marketing is that if you are selling a similar product and you're not doing something similar or with this standard, there's no chance you can compete. Okay, like there's really no chance. The only other way that I see that you can compete against them is that if you just go and market to a market where they're not promoting. So let's just say they're actually doing UAE. So as you can see, they also have domains that are custom based on on the country. I'm currently in Dubai, UAE, so that's why I'm probably seeing this, right? And so, that's what I think, honestly. You have to make sure that your standards are pretty high. Now, let's go back to over here. I want to talk about their advertorial strategy. So, if they're running ads to an advertorial and directing to a product page or a sales page, essentially what I just showed you. I really like this approach because what happens also here is that you're taking an informative, informational approach that is just not direct. So the ads are very direct in terms of like features, benefits. It's UGC. There's a lot of UGC components, great scripts that work, and then they're going to advertorials, 5 reasons why, or why this is why 10,000 women bought this pillowcase. But it's also very informational and consumption based, right? And also why I love advertorials is, as I always like to say in my other videos as well, is that it adds an extra layer of retargeting. So you can retarget the people that went on the advertorial, maybe didn't even see the product page, and then you can retarget them with other advertorials and product pages, which is probably what they're doing also here. If we take a look at all of these advertorials, probably a lot of these are also just for retargeting, which is why most likely they're on this advertorial, right? Which is like what makes Blissy the most popular pillowcase. There's either two scenarios here. They're either just testing this, so like from advertorial to the actual collection page, which is over here, or this is actual retargeting. So they're retargeting all customers that saw product pages, that engage with their Facebook page or engage with their other advertorials, and they're bringing them to an authority advertorial. And then because they already know about the brand, they can redirect them to a collection page, which is where they actually can just go in and buy whatever they want and see all of the offers and all of the products that they have to offer as well. Okay. So going back over here, this is something that I really, really like. What types of advertorials, can you actually test? There's a lot, but these are basically my personal favorite that work and have worked well for our clients, but also what they're doing. The storytelling, so you basically tell maybe a story from a customer perspective. So how Jennifer went from having no hair to growing a healthy hair, like she were back in her 20s or something like that. So storytelling. X reasons why. So 7 reasons why 10,000 people bought this pillowcase or whatever. And then third party review landing pages, where it's like another you're essentially basically using a third party review. You're essentially creating a third-party page, Facebook page, a third-party domain, right? Everything is third-party, so it's like completely unbiased, right? Or and this could honestly also be on like other like Forbes or like Harvard, right? Any type of like high authority figure that publishes on your behalf. The only thing here is that you cannot pixel and retarget those people, but it's super high authority, right? And so these are just some examples, and then you can send all of this traffic. You can have it done. You can have the advertorial done through the website. You can use a third-party authority website, like I just mentioned, and then you can also. This is kind of like a trick that a lot of marketers use, is that you can create your own kind of unbiased Facebook page called, pillowcase reviews in the us.com, right? And you buy the domain, you build a Facebook page so that it looks kind of like a sneaky way to promote your product with no bias, typically high conversion rates. So, these are just some ideas. Okay. And then, of course, as I mentioned before, everything, which I love, the advertorials and the ads and everything, the product pages, everything is coherent to the same angle, which I really like. And they're scaling horizontally with multiple angles, not just scaling their products with more products, because that's a way to scale, of course, but also scaling with their marketing angles, which I really like what they're doing. Now, let's talk about their creative strategy. Going back over here, there's a lot to talk about when it comes to their creatives, right? And so they're doing a lot of these kind of videos. And let's take a look at proportions here. 56% of their creatives are actual image ads. And then there's, video ads. And then 41.2% are image ads. Let's take a look for 1 second very quickly what they're doing with their image ads, just because I want to see what they're doing. So they're doing direct offers, a lot of direct offers. It seems to be that these are mostly for retargeting. Okay, we're getting more into features, benefits. So these are probably for cold audiences as well. So they're doing a mix of both. They're doing offers, features and benefits. A lot of people don't actually think that image ads are just to acquire customers. They actually are. If you're good at doing image ads, just like them, you can acquire customers for cheap, dirt cheap. We have some clients that spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on one single image ad. If you don't know how to recreate these, you can use a tool called Creative OS. I always like to use this tool because it's not free, but it's just $50. Okay, it's $50, and you can essentially, let's just see if I can show you very quickly. Not sure if I'm logged in, but you can, it's templated, so you can essentially copy these templates, and then it will give you like a copy that you can do on Figma, like copy paste on Figma or copy paste on Canva, and like replace the things. It basically gives you the text for you, the image for you. You just need to replace it with your brand. So it saves you like 50 to 70% of your time. I'm not going to go through that now, but it's Creative OS. I really recommend it. Now let's take a look at their video ads once again and kind of break down exactly what they're doing. So they're doing mostly these types of like AI voiceovers. They're really scaling aggressively. I'm not sure what they're doing here. This is just funny.
So I have noticed the biggest difference in swapping to the Blissey pillowcase, and that's because it is 100%.
Yeah, B-rolls, same thing. I just wanted to confirm, but most of these are B-rolls. Great, so what are they doing? Let's go back here and show you exactly what they're doing. So first of all, they're gathering B-rolls. So they're going after creators and asking for pieces of B-rolls. And then what they're doing is that they're reaching out, they're gathering the B-rolls, they're putting everything into a B-roll folder, and then they're essentially the creative team, or sorry, the copywriting team or the creative strategist essentially choose a marketing angle. They choose a structure, so hook, problem, pain, product introduction, features, benefits, basically a structure for the video script, and then they create multiple variations of the video script. Within each variation and final AI voiceover script, they combine all of these B-rolls, which is a great way to scale, and this is essentially what you give to the editor. You give them an AI script that so they know exactly what the video is about. You give them about all of the B-roll folders that you gathered over here, right? And then you probably just provide them with like a winning video ad. So let's just say this is the winning video ad that you want them to recreate as inspiration. You give them that. So you give them the B-rolls, the AI script, and the winning video ad. This will allow the video editor to actually work and produce fast and get things going. Why do I like this approach? It's because it's dirt cheap. You can get 25 B-rolls for like $200 instead of paying a creator like for one video and 3 hooks, which is a traditional structure. You just pay them for the same price, $150, $200 for 15, 20, 25 B-rolls each. And B-rolls, you have to really direct them. So the script, or sorry, not the script, the strategy here is to be very strategic and doing a bunch of, we prepare a bunch of B-roll scenes, B-roll 12, 13 with screenshots. And this is a 30-page document for one client, okay? So we do this for all of our clients, and the approach here is that we refer back to this document and say, hey, Mrs. Creator, Mr. Creator, can you please open this Google document and do B-roll 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 21, 42. This is exactly what we need to do. Let us know if you have any questions, okay? And what I also like over here, what you must also do to kind of like brief the creators is you must have a UGC template. Where is it? The template. Where's the template? I cannot find the template. It's because I'm on the other account. Just give me 1 second. I gotta find it for you. But this is essentially a template that allows you to have a very good structure to present the brand, the product to the creator so that there's no confusion. So this is a structure that you can use, right? Just copy this information if you need to. All of this is, by the way, within our in our UGC community, in our community, private community, where we have like founders join, e-commerce founders, and it's a VIP community on School. If you want, you can check it out. But I'm just sharing that information because everybody asks about where all these PDFs are and documents. So this is a structure that you use. You give an overview. It says client because it's for the client, but it should be for your own brand. A brief website, landing page for content, Instagram, TikTok, what you want them to do, a content brief, shooting specifications, right? Make sure that we're clear on what we want them to do, and some very clear, like good lighting. Make sure to leave 3 seconds after and before you hit record so that we have room to edit, right? Raw videos, all these things. And then as you can tell here, we give them like what I showed you before, a bunch of different B-roll scenes. This is just a template. And then if we want them also to do like a voiceover, a natural voiceover without using the AI tools, we can share the script over here, or we just sell it either way, just so they have context based on what we want them to do, right? So this is just a good template that we use that I highly recommend. One other thing that I really recommend for you to do is just track everything. We have a UGC tracker. We put all of our UGC people over here so we know exactly who delivered, who is in the pipeline. The thing with creators is that some people have babies, they go on vacation, they're humans, they waste time, they don't answer, they're slow, and so we want to have a big pipeline of creators that we're able to work with, right? And so we put all of the creators here, we put all of our storyboards here, and we essentially document the entire process. And guess what? Once we go ahead in the ad account and test these concepts, we have a creative tracking sheet where each test that we put on, each ad set is essentially each ad set is a creative test that we put over here, and we track everything. What's the messaging, the hook, the avatar customer, the main emotion, the angle, the image ad, whatever, the creators that we used, and then metrics, and then we can essentially have our own learnings, right? Which allows us to then identify, okay, concept 5, 6, and 7 worked, creator 1 worked, angle 1 worked. Let's put these things together, and we have strategic testing that's being implemented. If you want this sheet, by the way, which is a sheet where this is the sheet that we use to scale clients to 7 and 8 figures for tracking KPIs, ad metrics. We have ad copies are essentially all over here divided by marketing angle, or not marketing angle, but levels of awareness. We have a complete research document over here that you can use. A bunch of different things. Honestly, this is where we do everything. We have an ROI calculator where you can just change your numbers and everything changes, whatever. It's like for your own metrics, you need to know the numbers. We have a daily report where everything is color coded. If you want all of this, you can just click the link down below. There's a link, it's going to bring you to a page. Give us your email, and then you can just get access to this. Just make a copy. Just make sure you're making a copy. Okay, that is it for this video. I know that I ranted pretty fast in this video. I went crazy on my rant. Typically not this, and maybe I got some coffee. No, I actually didn't. But either way, I hope this video was valuable. Let me know if you have any other suggestions for similar videos, different videos, topics. I'm always happy to diversify my topic range, I guess, as long as it's helpful for everyone. And one last thing before I end the video: if you own a brand doing $50,000 to $100,000 a month and you found this video valuable and you want your brand to be audited by me or one of my team members, you can book a call. If there's of course free slots open, and then we could just have a simple conversation to see if it makes sense to partner up, if we have capacity, if it makes sense for both of us, and then we can just go from there. But it's a no pressure call. It's going to be an audit before anything else. Okay, that's it for this video, and see you in the next one. Bye.